The other thing as well is make sure that one page, one purpose. A lot of people get confused and they'll offer so many different options on a website. They'll pick up the phone, enter your email details. Sometimes it might not even be clear what you're offering. Try and, where you can, have one page, one purpose. If you give too many options to people, they don't know what to choose and they just get confused. It's better to have more pages on your site than it would be to cram a whole bunch of options into one space. And that's partly why we use the autoresponder sequence. People will opt in for the Melbourne SEO Services Manifesto, and then I take them through a process, the right order, to get introduced to different parts of the website. Hey, since I'm not Google and you don't know much about me, you should probably go head over to our About Us page to find out more about us, so you can feel confident about our backstory and know how we got started. That's one of the very first messages that they'll get. Shortly after, it might be, when building a business, the biggest issues that a lot of businesses have is getting people to believe what it is that they say. One of the best ways to overcome this is with the use of testimonials. Let your clients say how great you are for them and talk about the results that they're getting. Here's a testimonial from a client that we've recorded that you can model for your own business. What does it do? Twofold. I'm educating them. They'll watch through and they'll think about, how can I apply this to their business? And it's also great positioning for me. It's Gary sitting on the couch saying, I went and did the research and I looked at all of these different people and I didn't get the result that I was after, and then I stumbled across Dave's stuff and it was absolutely amazing. I decided to do business with him. It was easy. We got the results really quickly. I'd recommend him to anyone, before, during and after. I'll talk a little bit about doing testimonials later. Make sure that the website's clear, simple, direct, no ambiguities. For example, how did you find this website? I just want to give that example of what an ambiguity is. How did you find this website? Does that mean how did I locate it, or how did I enjoy it? See, there could be two meanings on the way that sentence is interpreted. You want to make sure that you avoid having anything like that can have double meaning. It's a really good idea when you build a website to get some friends and family or people you don't even know, get them to use your website, give them an objective. Say, I want you to find out how much this costs, or maybe you give them a list of 10 objectives and give them the list and sit behind them and watch what they do on the website. It's a really great insight to the way that people navigate around your website. There's other things, there's services there's one called ClickTail that enables you to install a little bit of software on your website so you can see where people's mouse go and see what it is that they're doing, so you can get better insight. But if someone's right there, it's amazing. I think we landed on one website, one of my early websites, and they kept on clicking on the top left-hand corner, and I didn't know what they were doing. They kept on clicking on the logo, and I wasn't really thinking about it. I said, I'm just expecting to go home. You know how sometimes you go to a website and the logo in the top-hand corner, you just click it and you expect to go home? And this particular website, I hadn't got it all linked up. And that was something where I was kind of like, yeah, that's what people are expecting. So you want to give people what it is that they're expecting when they're coming to an online experience. And also, you really need to tell them what to do next. People are waiting to be led. People want you to tell them what to do. They want you to say, after they've read through the bio about you, so if you're ready to go ahead and start making your website number one on Google and getting found online, go ahead and pick up the phone and chat with one of the team members. Or after watching this video, make sure that you scroll down underneath the video and enter your name and details into the opt-in box and get your free SEO Manifesto report. Always tell them what it is that they should be doing next. For me, I'm always about less is more. You don't want to go to a website where they've got, really bright colours, maybe they've got 30 different colours. Why don't get a good web designer and talk to Indigo Web if you need to, and just get someone who knows what it is that they're doing, and make sure that the website is well designed by someone who knows what they're doing. I focus on one or two colours, one or two fonts, one or two sizes. Otherwise, you just land on the page. You've probably seen those pages that look, they've got little blinking banners, and there are different fonts, and things are highlighted and bolded, and it just looks a little bit out of control. Also, short paragraphs as well. When you're reading, when old school, when they used to write books and things like that, oftentimes they liked the longer paragraphs because it meant they could print the book on less pages. And that's why a lot of people in the past used to write really long paragraphs. But now that we're on the web, that's obviously not an issue. And if you break your text up, if you look at a big chunky bit of text, it's very easy to just get lost in the words when you're reading it online. So break it up. And also I like to use subheadings and things like that. Like, I mean, almost have it so that they can read the story of what it is that you're trying to tell them, or they can, if they're a skimmer, they can just read the subheads and it still tells the same story. Like, it still gives that same story, but more in just the subhead. It's almost like they can still get the feel for where they're up to in the copy.